Welcome to my random kitchen in our temporary home this week. I am Brittany Bass, a full-time passenger seat princess and operations manager of Matt Becker Fishing. If you do not know me yet, I am also Matt Becker's girlfriend. He is a professional bass fisherman with Major League Fishing on the Bass Pro Tour. And he is the reason why I am always in random kitchens and how this podcast got its name. So we stay in Airbnbs and travel around the country full time. And we are in our second year on this tour. Super excited about that. So with this channel and podcast and through this year, I have been able to bring you some of the best wives, fiancés, and girlfriends on, even some moms, so that you guys can meet them. They get to talk about their lives, how they got here, their superstitions, because we got them too. And then you get to hear their side, the behind the scenes goodness that goes into making a tournament season possible. So this is episode 19 of Random Kitchens. Welcome back, everyone. We are sitting in North Carolina getting ready for stage 5, right? Stage 5 at the Chapman River.
I know, right?
This week.
I was saying Chowan, and then I was told it was Chowan.
Chowan. Okay, so Chowan, we are here.
Somebody can correct us down below.
Yeah,
sure.
Somebody correct us. It is something along those lines. But we're here, and it's actually like the first time, really, that Major League, well, actually, it is the first time that Major League Fishing has had an event here. Mm-hmm. So super pumped about that. When this episode airs, it will be in full swing on live. So you guys can go check it out at mlf.com to see how everyone is doing. But today, I am very excited. One, because as you guys know, we were a little off the rails with the interviews, and now we are back on the rails. So you guys saw like me and Matt, me packing up my kitchen, all the things. But now we are back on the rails with interviews, and I get to introduce you to fellow full-time traveling Wonder Woman, business manager in prior homeschooling, Fishing Momma. So please meet the amazing wife of BPT professional angler, Brittany Chapman. This is Bobbi Chapman.
Hello.
And I don't know if you noticed, I said Bobbi Chapman. Like my thing did not autocorrect, but I was like Chapman, champion.
We'll take it this week.
Let's go. I know. So welcome to this Random Kitchen. So as you guys know, I'm super pumped about this podcast so that you can meet them, but also so that I can meet our bass fishing family from this side. So obviously, I know Bobbi, but I don't know Bobbi. We've done some like brunches and luncheons and stuff like that. But really, you can only talk, so much across the table and that kind of stuff. So let's start with, for everyone who else doesn't know you, who are you, where do you work, and where are you from?
I'm Bobbi Chapman, and I work at AWG Outdoors, which is Brent Chapman Fishing.
Ah, I love it. Okay.
Yeah, so that's our corporate name, and I have worked for Brent, or with Brent, as he says that I'm actually the boss for the last 25 years.
When did you get so as you guys saw, I think I'm the boss. Matt says I'm not the boss yet. So when did you gain the boss title?
Probably when we got married. I mean, I know. So Brent made his first classic, Bassmaster Classic, in 1997.
Okay.
We started dating in 1994. I know you weren't even born.
No, I was.
You were?
I'm a 92.
Okay, so you were a baby. So we met in 94. And his first classic was in 97, and we got married in 2000.
Okay. So yeah, you definitely earned that by then.
So we were together for 7 or so years before we got married.
Yeah, well, just wait. Yep. If we get married, or when we get married, those will be in my vows. Matt. I'm kidding.
And we're from Kansas City. So we've lived, our entire family's from Kansas City. It's not the most convenient location for tournament fishing, but our whole family's there, and so we wanted to raise our family with our families. We're kind of that community family, and Brent's a big deer hunter. So
you can't stray far.
Yeah.
So how many years have you guys been fishing together? Or fishing on a professional circuit together?
I guess I kind of jumped ahead.
You're okay. We'll go.
Right.
We'll go back into.
So 1994. think we met in 94.
Okay.
And it might have even been a little bit before then. In fact, it probably was. I don't know. I think it was actually before then. It was before then. And then we started traveling and working full-time together. I remember I went to the classics. I went to some tournaments before we were married and traveled to some. But I was going to school full-time and working full-time at the time still. So when we got married, I remember Brent said, I'd really like you to quit your job and work with me full-time traveling. And I was like, really uncomfortable with it. Because I'm like, okay, then I have no income.
Yep.
And kind of no power.
Yep.
I mean, it's not that you need power, but it is when you are an independent person.
Well, but like an independent power.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yes, it's like, okay. And he was so adamant that, no, everything that is mine is yours. We get married, we are one. And he literally said, every time I would say, well, I don't want to ask you for money. Well, it's your money. He would get kind of a little
like mad because he's like, it's yours. Yeah.
It's our money. And every time to this day when I say, well, it's your job, he's like, it's our job. Yeah. So I hear that a lot still. But I don't know. It's been a long time, and it's been a good time.
So kind of 94 is when you guys started? Is that when he started too?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I first met Brent, he was not fishing the elites at all.
Okay.
He was fishing Central Pro-Am, which is a regional tournament in the Midwest.
Okay.
And he did really well on that circuit. I want to say it was 92 now. I don't know. It might have been earlier. I should have looked at these questions first. But and then he fished the Bassmaster Opens in 94, and then he made the elites, which at the time were the top 100s, for like 95, and he fell out. His first year on the Pro League, he didn't cash a check the whole year.
Oh, no.
And fell out. And so he went back and fished all of the divisions of the Opens, and he won one of the divisions and made his first classic for 97 through the Opens, and
then was the elites from 97 on, kind of. Okay. Dang.
I know.
It's so wild. Like, I love how people get here because everyone's story is like totally different because there's really no direct, like, easy peasy route.
No, there's not.
Now kind of with like college-ish, but you still have to like
that
go
gives you
Toyotas.
I think that gives you a leg up for understanding sponsorships and travel and competitive angling, but not for making it.
Oh no, definitely not. It just is more of like answers some questions on how. If that makes sense.
If it's really what you want.
Yeah, because like Matt didn't know the how until he kind of had started doing tournaments around and then like was asking and was like, oh, okay, this is a bigger tournament. This is a, like kind of understood it like that. But no, he had no one to show the how. So at least like college kind of, the people there know how to get, like that you need to fish this to qualify for this, to qualify for,
Right. I agree. Yeah.
So, and you've been traveling with Brent since
2000.
Ooh!
Mm-hmm. Dang. Since 2000, since we got married, literally.
That's awesome. Yeah. Pack it up.
I know. It's been good.
I love it. So, I'm going to try to keep the podcast pretty consistent, like, moving forward. So, life and love stories in the first half, and then tournament stuff in the second half. But, as you guys know, we had a subscriber with an awesome request, and I just love it. So, right here, we are going to add a picture of Bobbi, Brent, and their entire family so that you guys know who we're talking about as we go forward and can kind of connect the angler to their family. So, this is them over top of our faces. Okay, so I kind of wanted to start with you this time instead of you and Brent. So, first, what is something you do every day without fail?
Oh gosh, lots of things. I read every day. I love to read. I pray every day. Or talk to Jesus. It's not always like a formal prayer, but I'm always in conversation.
Yes.
And I try to work out every day. I really like running and
so
walking, so I try.
I really need to
eat to make up for it, so don't be fooled.
Yeah. I need to get back into walking. I was like hardcore thinking about it last night, and all I have is flip flops, and so I was like, just do it, Brittany. Just do it. Like, I need to do it. I need to do something. So.
It is so good just to get out and get fresh air.
Yeah. So, I think that's a benefit. So did you grow up loving the outdoors, or did that come kind of later because Brent loves them so much?
Well, I would say I've always loved the outdoors, but not fishing and hunting.
Yeah, okay.
So I grew up total tomboy.
Ah, love it.
Always outside, always muddy, always dirty, always, right back when you rode your bikes all around and you didn't come back till it was getting dark and that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, so I was always outside. But fishing and hunting, not so much. I mean, I remember fishing at the old heated crappie docks at Grand Lake with my grandpa. And I wouldn't touch the fish, and I hate spiders, and there'd be like all these spider webs all around those old heated crappie docks. They're disgusting.
It's gross.
So fishing wasn't my jam. Fishing was not my jam. Outdoors, yes, but fishing.
Did you have like siblings growing
I have
up?
a brother.
Okay, it was boys. I wasn't sure if it was boys or girls or like how, because me and my sister were definitely like tomboys. I got more prissy, I guess you would say, but. We kind of got it, I think, from like our dad. You know, like I wasn't sure if you spent time with them, and that's how you kind of got it. Was your mom really outdoorsy too?
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I mean, she was a horse person.
Oh yeah.
But
they're outdoorsy.
But no, but I mean, I just think my brother and I just ran the neighborhood. Yeah. And I don't know.
I love it. You have to. You have to. So what's something you love to do for just you? And you kind of mentioned it.
Yeah, probably reading and jogging and running. I mean, that's kind of my quiet time. Yeah. When there's a lot going on, I'll either say, I'm going to... I'm on a break. I'm going outside to read or whatever. So that's kind of my time of decompressing and forgetting about responsibilities. Yeah. And kind of just reading and not thinking. Not thinking. Are you reading anything good right now? No, I don't read to learn.
No, not learn. Oh heck no.
I read to learn too.
I am in like a fantasy story era.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like I mean,
did you read The Fourth Wing?
Yeah, read that. Read ACOTAR. Read ACOTAR's original sister that was like Glass Throne.
Yeah.
Throne of Glass. Throne of Glass series. Read that. Just went through Drown Empire.
Oh, we'll have to exchange lists.
All right, so wait,
later.
you read that?
Okay. I love all that stuff.
Me too. I'm like a smut fan.
That gets you out.
Yes, it's like a totally different world.
It's like it just helps your brain to relax. I think.
Does Brent understand it? Because Matt is like not a creative thinker.
Brent doesn't like to read.
Oh, so Matt doesn't read. Like literally, he says the only book he's ever read is the Bible. Yeah. Because he read it front to back, but like I tried to explain to him like what's happening in my books, and I've just stopped because he's like, "Did you just mention a griffin?" He's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Stop it! It's beautiful."
I don't try to explain to Brent. Yeah. Brent knows that that's just something that kind of fills me back up. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why, but it's work, and for him, he goes out and hunts. I don't really hunt that much, and if he can go out and work on the property all day. He'll go out and work all day. Yeah, same with Matt. So, and it's like his, like he gets on that tractor, and that's his peace. Peaceful for them. Yeah. So. Yeah, I have to venture into a fantasy land. We'll exchange this later on.
So, do you remember what your dream life looked like when you were dreaming about it as a kid?
No, I did see that question, and I was thinking about that, and I'm like, I really don't, because I think I was too dang busy being a kid. Yeah. You know, I don't know that I had like some dream. Yeah. I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. I was just playing. I was playing all the time. I was wondering, I was like huge into like love story movies, and my dream as a kid, we went to like Disney World, which this is gonna sound so cliche, but I like wanted to like hold the hand of whoever it was gonna be my person like in Disney World, which is hilarious because I'm not a Disney person at all. Well, times have changed.
All, but like I remember being like, I want to do this. Like,
well, see, but that's okay. Now that you say that, I think I wanted to be like my grandparents. Yeah. They walked and held hands 67 years they were married before they passed away. And I just wanted somebody that would want to hold my hand. Yeah. I like a man that wants to hold my hand.
I love it.
And show affection.
Yeah, and I think it's like underrated, that type of affection, because it has to be thought about, you know,
until it doesn't. Yeah. And then it's habit.
It's always second nature. Yeah.
Anyway, did we get off the rails?
I mean, a little. It's fine. I love it. We're good.
Sorry, I do that sometimes.
Me too. My brain is like always a mile a minute.
Oh, I like this question. Go ahead.
Okay, so we're gonna go into love story. So how did you and Brent meet?
There's a couple of versions of this story.
Oh dear.
I know. I like to say, just to embarrass him, I say we met at a bar. He doesn't like that version of the story. But
what does he say? Family restaurant?
No. In all honesty, I was out with my roommate at the time. It was at a bar, so technically it's true. But I was out with my roommate who went to high school with Brent. So there was a big group of them from their high school, and they were all hanging out. And I was sitting at this table, and he was sitting there. We were both kind of like just hanging out, no big deal. And we started talking, and I had just got back that morning from Grand Lake in Oklahoma, which is where my grandparents lived. And he was leaving for Grand Lake the next morning. And we had this weird connection to talk about this lake that's 4 hours from where we were. And he's like, you don't know. I'm like, yes, I do. I just got back from Grand Lake. And he's like, I'm going to Grand Lake tomorrow. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, sure you are.
Where is it? Yeah, I know. So we met through friends.
That's awesome.
Through my roommate, but it was funny. But yeah, and I remember when he told me that he was a professional bass fisherman, which at the time he really wasn't. I mean, let's be real. He was fishing regional. And I was thinking, this man has no job.
Yeah, I thought
no job.
Because it's like, what do you mean? And I remember asking Matt that, like, what does that mean?
No job.
Yeah.
That's all that was going through my mind. No job.
Like, I like him, but no job.
I know. But yeah, so that's how we met.
I love it. Yeah. So, sappy romantic or reserved?
I would say reserved to everybody else, but privately very romantic and very sappy. I mean, we're very close.
Yeah.
We're very close. So.
Well, y'all met, I mean, if it was, you said your college roommate?
No.
High school roommate.
Well, it was just like, they all went to high school together, and it was just my roommate, a childhood friend. Yeah.
Okay. So y'all have been together how long now?
31 years.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a long time. Is that, have you guys been married or together longer than you were apart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We met when I was 20, and he was 21. It wasn't like a bar. It was like a bar and grill. So, yeah, I was 20, he was 21.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
and we're
awesome.
51 now. Yeah.
How's it feel?
Good. I'll take every year.
Yeah.
Every year's better than the last, right?
I mean, I talk to people about it all the time.
I might be hitting the table.
It's okay. It's all right. Yeah. The microphone doesn't like it sometimes, but it's all right. Okay. But really, like, I don't feel like I'll ever feel my age. No. Does that make sense? Like, I don't think I'll ever get to a point, because my mom doesn't feel it, and even my nana is like, I just look in the mirror and I'm like, I am me.
Right.
Like, I don't feel, she's not like I feel.
I just appreciate every year.
Yeah.
And same thing with my kids. I remember everyone's like, it goes by so fast, I miss them. I'm like, I've loved every year of my kid's life more than the year before.
Yeah. Oh, well, you made it the best, I feel like. Yeah. No, it's a good way to live.
Yeah.
It's a good way to live. So, do you remember who said I love you first?
I asked Brent that because I'm like, I don't know. He's like, I think I did, but we don't remember.
You don't remember?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, 31 years.
That was a long time ago. He thinks it was him.
Yeah.
But I don't remember.
Internally, it was probably you. I was talking to someone about that on a previous...
how do you feel about me?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so, like...
Draw it out of...
Is it like a like or like a...
I know.
Check yes or no.
Yes, exactly, so...
So, big wedding, small wedding?
Medium.
Yeah.
200, 250, is that big?
Oh, shoot, I think so.
Okay. Big wedding.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah, but he has a really big family.
Yeah, I was about to say, y'all's whole family.
Yeah, he has a really big family, and yeah.
Is he Italian?
I am.
You're Italian. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
was wondering, big family, like...
No, he has a big family. Like, his mom she's from a family of 5, and his dad is 5.
Oh, shoot.
So they both have big families. I'm Italian, but my grandpa moved over from Italy, so we don't have a huge family
over here. That's awesome, though. It's probably good food. So, 31 years together. Mm-hmm. Do you go fishing with Brent?
Saltwater fishing. Oh. I don't do a lot of bass fishing. Yeah. I'm not that into bass fishing. Yep. I am into being out on the boat. Yes, I love running the camera on the boat. I'd rather film him on the water, which is what I do most of the time. I used to bring my Kindle and read on the water all the time, but now I film on the water all the time.
Very nice.
So I love being out on the water.
You guys started the Joes and Pros, which I'm going to get into a little bit too, but y'all restarted that, right?
Yes, we restarted that back up and doing that again and just trying to do a lot more on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. I noticed. It's like awesome. It's bumping.
I'm trying to make it real, not heavily edited. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yep. Just kind of real. This is what we're doing.
Yeah. No, I love it.
Mainly because I'm the one editing it. So.
Yeah, well, and it takes editing takes forever. Especially like tournament footage or like fishing footage because it's like a long time without a catch. It's not, you know, all the time. So I totally get that.
Yep.
We have made like a big push on it as well, but it's more, like you said, like very unedited clips, which thank God.
I think it's fine because people are tired of seeing all the AI and all the heavily graphic stuff. I think it's all right.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I think it like shows his personality more anyways, so good. Or like us together. Okay, most fun fishing memory then. Would it be saltwater fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what kind of saltwater fishing? Like snook or?
We do like snook, but Brent likes to go offshore. So we go offshore down in Florida, out of Boca Grande, Florida.
Oh, okay.
So there's tarpon and snook down there. I like the inshore too, but Brent likes to go offshore. So
like big things.
Yeah, but I never know what they are.
Yeah.
I mean, I just whatever bites.
Like
amberjack and I know like
okay.
amberjack and I don't know. He would.
That's awesome though. I mean, I love. Yeah, I love those. Oh, did you do a grouper?
Yeah, we can catch all. You should come down.
100%. So Matt and I tried a Goliath grouper trip, and it ended terribly. Like it was not good because the man that did it, like I don't think he's ever caught a grouper in his entire life. He showed up with one
prevalent
hook.
Where we go in Florida. That you have to, if you get something, if you're fishing off the bottom, you have to horse it up as fast as you can because the Goliath grouper will eat it and just.
Oh yeah,
you
please
can't do anything. It's like a cow.
Yeah, sign us up. I don't even know what that means, but like yes, 100%. Actually, Do you guys go around ICAST?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Sign us up. We'll be down there. So we love saltwater fishing. I like crappie fishing. And, I'm just I'm not huge into bass fishing. Yeah, it's too much work.
It's work. It is exhausting.
Brent says I like to go catching, not fishing.
Yep.
So
I know I go and read, or if we're filming film, but. Read, and then if he's starting to catch them, he'll be like, "Do you want to catch one?" And then
there you go. Exactly.
I'll get one. I'm like, "Yes, I would love to catch one."
Yes. Exactly.
But I'm not hunting and pecking.
No,
he can hunt. So best. Oh wait, let's do non-fishing memory. So most fun. Well, actually, I didn't even ask. Most fun actual fishing memory.
Oh gosh, I don't really know that I could pin one down. I mean, it's been a lot of days on the water. I can pinpoint the least favorite memories on the water.
Okay, we can do
your
those.
Head.
Yeah, we can do one of those.
I have a lot of those. Oh my
stories.
gosh. Okay, I have a good one. So before we had kids, I don't even know if we were married yet. We might have been married, but we were down in New Orleans practicing for that. It was before we were married because it was the '99 Classic out of New Orleans.
Okay.
So we're down there practicing, and to get to where he was, you have to go all the way down the Mississippi River.
Oh dear.
There's no dry land. It's like marshes everywhere. So then there's only one way all the way down, one way all the way up. We get all the way down, 45 minutes down, and there's no dry land. Nowhere you can go, right? And I'm watching the storms popping up, and I'm thinking, how?
You like, no.
Yeah, like, we gotta go. And he's like, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be, it's gonna be fine.
Always.
It got so bad that on the way back up, he was like, he knew he made a mistake. We're on the Mississippi River coming up, and there's nowhere you can go to get out of it. There's no dry land, so you can't get out of your boat. And there's straight down lightning all over the river. Water spouts all over the river. It was so scary that he pulled over into the tall grass, and he literally laid on top of me in the bottom of the boat while we were praying. I was like, this is it.
Yeah, this is it. This is
we're
how
done.
We're going. Oh my God.
And we had no
terrifying.
choice but to go.
Yeah.
We just had to.
So you went through it?
We waited as long as we could for it. He thought it was going to be but I was like, and then I was like, chanting prayers the whole way. I'm like, please, Lord.
Yeah, like if I make it through this, I swear I'll give you anything. I'll give you all of me.
Yeah, I remember that one is etched.
Yeah, oh my God, that would be terrifying.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm not a storm fan. Because they're little boats. I mean, they're like big boats, but they're little boats.
Yeah. It was pretty rough.
Yeah, no. And then the storm like sits over water, right? So it's like coming and then it stops.
Yep. So that was my worst day on the water.
What about?
I have one worse, but I won't tell that story.
You could.
Well, no, I'll tell you later. Okay. It was bad. It was 60 miles offshore bad. So yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. That's really not good, especially like out of gas or something. Yeah. But all right, what about best non-fishing memory or worst non-fishing memory? Because I mean, really, those are memorable. Like it's like that's terrifying.
It was really bad. Best non-fishing memory. Oh gosh, I should have looked at these before we got here. Honestly, I don't know. I love my life.
Yeah.
So,
it can be all fun. Like, I think it's great. I mean,
best non-fishing memory. Okay, I'm thinking of just our relationship, so not kid-oriented. Before we had Mason, we took a road trip, and we just had the truck with the camper shell. We took a road trip from Texas all the way up the backside of the Rockies, up through Utah, South Dakota, went to Wyoming. We spent a week up in Yellowstone, sleeping in the back of the truck.
Oh.
And then did the South Dakota way home. So we went through all we did like
National
a 3-week
yeah.
road trip.
Oh.
So
I
just remember sitting on the back of the tailgate of the truck eating cereal. I mean, we were like broke, you know.
That's the best.
It was a good trip.
Oh.
It was our let's go have one more trip before we have kids.
Oh, like a baby moon or whatever they call it now. That's awesome.
And now we trip with the kids all the time, so it's good.
Even more fun.
Yeah.
And probably a little more income, which is
that
probably nice.
Helps a little bit, yeah.
So, best part of loving a tournament angler and hardest part?
They're the same. The travel.
Yeah.
The travel. I love being able to see different parts of the country and places that you wouldn't typically go for a vacation.
Yeah.
And places that you would never make a special trip for.
Yes.
So
like a week out of.
Yes,
so you wouldn't have
out
time.
of the way places that you wouldn't think about going to, where you can actually see the country and meet people.
Yeah.
And see what's going on. Kind of I think a lot of people live in their own little bubble in their one neighborhood and don't get out and experience besides their vacation and their home.
Yeah, and they have like the same vacation spot every year, so they only
There's
see
really
those
something great about meeting people from every state in their hometown.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that too? Everyone that I have ever met views their hometown as like a small town.
Yeah.
So you know the song like Small Town USA, like it is very true, and I feel like a lot of times if you're stuck in one, you think like everywhere's a city.
Right.
But it's not.
I know.
It's really not.
So I think that's the best part and the hardest part.
Yeah.
Because I get really homesick. I am a homebody. I like to be home.
Yeah, then that's very hard.
So it's kind of the blessing and curse, you know?
It is. And when you have to go like very long periods of time, you can't. Yeah, I mean, you have to be on board. Yeah. Like, there's no other.
It was easier when our kids were little.
Yeah.
We were homeschooling and we had our camper, so we would leave and we would be gone for months. We just didn't care.
You had your whole home.
Yeah, we just took everything with us, and if we had a week between tournaments, we would go wherever we wanted.
Yeah, that is super nice.
It was pretty awesome.
That's really awesome. I talk about getting a camper just because of that. Like, it's easier, I feel like. It's just, it also has its hardships too.
Right.
So, traveling is hard on the quality time, which you guys, we'll find this out in a little bit, but do you guys travel with people? And if so, like, do you make time just you guys? And then what is y'all's like go-to date night on the road? Or how do you get that quality time?
We kind of stay to ourselves.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we travel. We do room with Wesley Strader.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have, and Stephanie when she goes. So we do have a room, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Especially because Wesley and Brent are kind of like the odd couple. Wesley's outgoing and social and funny, and Brent has this dry humor.
Yes.
So
Wesley probably pulls it out of him pretty good
best.
though.
It's fun. But yeah, we kind of do everything together.
Yeah.
We do everything together, and I would say for us, date night is if I can get him to come inside and sit down and watch a movie.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled.
Yes.
Let's just sit down and watch TV together.
Yeah.
And
like relax.
Yes, it's nice. But and we don't really go out that much. Like I said, I'm a homebody.
Yeah.
So that part's good, but we do everything together.
Yeah.
And so much so that when we go home, a lot of times they're like, don't you need to go hunt?
Go outside, yeah.
You have something you need to go do, I'm sure.
That's what Tilly said too. Yeah. Which, like, I mean,
love you, but you have something you need to go do, right?
I need a break for a little bit, and then we'll reconvene. Yeah. Like, give me, like, 2 days.
But, yeah, so I don't know about date nights. I mean, when we're home, we go out with our best friends from church.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, I mean.
Pretty low-key.
Yeah, that's... Yeah. Matt and I as well, because I always, like, this question is always hard for me, because we really don't, like, set aside, like, it's not like, this is date night, let's plan, you know, because it's,
I think
like,
every night should be a special night.
Yeah, it is, you know, so, I think with our life, it can be, like, you don't have to set aside that time, which is nice. because you can kind of make it where your whole life. Okay, so we've talked about her kids. Give me the rundown of your family, kids and pets. Do you have any?
Yes. Yes, we have 2 little rescue dogs. So we have a rescue terrier named Penny, who is 18 and struggling. So
18.
Yeah, she's starting to have some problems. And then we have Mitzi, who's a Chihuahua rescue, and she is 14.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Dang.
Mitzi and Penny.
That's so cute. So they're both little? Or I guess like this big?
Yeah.
Terrier
and Chihuahua mix.
Yeah. So do y'all bring them?
We did when we camped.
Oh, okay.
We did when we camped. Now that we're Airbnbs, we aren't, because Mason's at home.
Yeah.
We might have to next year, because Mason, we'll talk about it, but he's going out of the country for a little while, so our dog sitter might be going away,
So Mason is their son.
Yeah.
He's how old?
He's 20. Mason is 20, and Michaela is 18.
And that is their two kids.
Yep. 2 kids.
So what are they both into?
Michaela's in college, and she psychiatry, counseling,
nice. Okay.
and PTSD type stuff. So she is a 2nd degree black belt and a martial arts instructor.
Holy cow!
So she's kind of that.
Don't mess with her.
Yeah, don't mess with her. She's awesome.
That's awesome.
I don't mean to brag, but she's pretty awesome. So I love her. So she is into martial arts. She's also an artist. No, I did. Well, I did with her for a couple of years. I did at her dojo with her.
Nice.
Because I was with her all the time.
Yeah.
And I love where she goes.
Yeah.
They focus on, I will defend myself and my family. Not so much tournaments, but they're self-defense.
This is self-defense.
They're very self-defense.
Yeah.
So that's what she does. She's an artist as well.
Like painting or drawing? Okay.
Yeah, so she is a painter, a martial artist, and hopefully going to be a psychiatrist, like a Christian counselor.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And then my son, Mason, is 20, and he is obsessed with the JDM side of bass fishing and, Shimano, Daiwa, all the...
JDM is like Japanese made.
Yes.
So kind of actually a very cool part of the business because... They're very pressured over there, meaning the bass are pressured. So a lot of their techniques, we get basically secondhand because they learn how to catch the very, very uncatchable bass.
Right.
And it kind of gravitates over here.
Good stuff. So he originally thought he was going to try to pursue professional bass fishing, but he doesn't want to not love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he really is obsessed with the engineering side of it and the lure design side of it and fishing. He's obsessed with all of it. So he's awesome. And he is going to do a semester abroad. He's been taking Japanese now for a while, and he got approved for a semester abroad. He leaves the end of August for 5 months in Japan.
Are y'all going to go visit him?
If Brent wins some money the rest of the season, so say a little prayer.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, it depends on because it's expensive.
Oh yeah, I mean the flights alone are stupid.
So if we can afford to go visit him, we would love to go visit him.
Oh yeah, those tackle shops. Like Matt, that's the only place that he's ever said like abroad that he really, really wants to go. But I don't know if I'll get him back. Like if we go, I don't think he'll leave the tackle shops. Like I really don't think we're gonna
you have to come home.
Yeah,
that's the deal.
Yeah,
I know.
Oh, this is so random too. I was talking to you about this before, and I had met your son. I did not even connect like in my brain.
Like at an iCast or something?
It was I think it was Red Crest maybe, or the Classic or iCast.
He came to the Classic.
Okay, maybe it was that then.
For like a day.
Yeah, and he had come over, Matt, and we were sitting at the Cigar booth, and he had come over, and him and Matt were talking.
Oh, okay.
And then I was telling Matt about you, because I was talking about Ryan, and how they need to, like, get together. And he was like, Brittany, you met him at the cigar booth. And I was like, no way, that's her son. I was like, yeah, we did. We literally.
It's because he's taller than Brett and I.
Yeah. Honestly, it like totally, like I fully understood who he was. I just did not understand the connection.
Yeah.
But he was awesome. He was super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah, I'm pretty fortunate. I mean.
Yeah. I did this. This is awesome. I mean, you better take
I'm lucky.
that. You better take the brags. It's good.
I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
Because they're both incredible, and I do not take it for granted.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you should. Like, if you're very proud of something, I think you should take the time to enjoy it. Because, like, you did that. You really did.
I did part of it.
Half. Yeah,
I mean,
we'll give him half.
Yeah, because it is surprising. I mean, I want to take credit saying it was the way I raised them that turned them to these awesome people, which is part of it. I'm not going to say it's not. But it's not always.
Yeah.
I mean, God has a way of showing you things like, I would never do that with my kid. Yeah. Oh, yes, you will.
Yeah,
or, I mean, or my kid would never do that. Oh, yes, they will.
Yeah.
I mean, so I think Brent and I were awesome parents.
Yeah.
Because we were transparent and they saw all of our mistakes. And when we made mistakes, we came back and said, hey, I really messed that up. But yeah, Mason and Michaela are awesome.
Good. No, I'm excited. I'm excited for them. So she kind of mentioned this, but I want to dive in a little bit. So managing, obviously, this life is crazy, but within this life, she also homeschooled and took them on the road with this crazy life too. So talk to me a little bit about that. Was it always homeschool, or did you start in regular school? And like, how did all of that transpire?
So when Mason started kindergarten, I was so stressed out. Like the whole year before, I'm like, what are we gonna do? Because we've been traveling full time, and we already had our group of people we traveled with in the campers. We had this whole little gypsy lifestyle going on with all of our people, and I kept thinking, what are we gonna do? And because I did not feel equipped to homeschool, I was like, there's no way. I mean, I had never really met. Besides Alton and Jimmy Suits kids, which were awesome, I didn't know much about homeschooling, and I definitely didn't feel like I could do it. So I remember we went in and met with the elementary school for our area, and the principal said, it's public school, Bobbi. Enroll them in the fall, and when you guys leave in the spring, withdraw them. And then come back in the fall, and then withdraw them. She was like, it's public school.
You can do that.
And she was like, so, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I can think about that. Yeah.
Okay. So I did. I was like,
I've never thought about that either. I never thought of it either.
Well, so I did that for kindergarten for Mason, and we withdrew after Christmas break, and then we traveled, and then the next year we did the same thing, and then the next year Michaela was doing kindergarten and Mason was doing second grade, and I remember we withdrew them at the spring because at the time we weren't doing a lot of fall tournaments. Yeah. And I remember we withdrew them in the spring, and I looked at Mason's stuff and I was like, well, I don't know what a preposition is. I mean, you know what I mean? These things that you think you know, or
you were taught at some point, but don't translate
and I was like,
into life. Yeah.
I don't know what to do. And so I literally had to start the school year over. Because I didn't know I'm like, I don't understand what they taught you. Yeah. It was so stupid. Second grade. Edit that part. No, that's fine. No, but I mean, it's shocking because I was like, you don't think about what is an adverb? Yeah. Well,
you learn it, but then it goes away.
And then the way they learn it. So, or the way they're learning their math. And I was like, okay. So I went back and we started the whole year over on our own.
Dang.
And I was like, oh, that wasn't so bad. And then I would test them. You can order state assessment testing. So at the end of every year, I would state assessment test, and they were off the charts. I'm like, okay. So we decided the next year, which was Mason's third grade and Michaela's first. I'm like, let's just try it. Let's try the full year. Beginning. See how it goes, and kind of go from there. Yeah. And it was awesome. Nice. And at the end of the year, we state assessment tested, and they were off the charts. Yeah. And I was like, okay. So, I mean, it's good. Yeah. And so every year until high school, I would do the state assessment testing just to make sure that we were on course for what we needed. And we just decided every year we'll evaluate. We'll plan every year, and then at the end of the year, we'll evaluate. And if it's not working, we'll make a change. Yeah. It doesn't have to be forever. Yeah. And I think that's what was so daunting.
Or like the all or nothing thing. Yeah.
I think sometimes you go into it thinking, this is it. And you can't change. Yes, you can change course.
Always.
You can make a change. It's okay. So for us, every year we reevaluated, and I wouldn't change it at all.
That was another one. So Kristen, Kristen is staying here, obviously. Christina, one of our guests, so Burge's wife, asked, and she was asking if like another mom would choose to homeschool, because her kids are at that age right now. So would they choose to homeschool or stay in regular school? Yeah. But since you did homeschool,
I would homeschool every time. Yeah. And it's daunting. Yeah. And I can see why Christina would feel that way, because it's daunting, because you are entirely responsible for their success or failures then. You can't say, well, the school didn't do this or teacher didn't do that, the principal. It's like, if they jack up, It's all me.
Well, and what did you guys do for like sports? So, I mean, I think they're like Emma loves her friends, but sports. Yeah. Like she does sports.
That was really hard. Mason was never super competitive. He wanted to fish, just like Brent. He wanted to be outside fishing the whole time. So that was no big deal. Michaela, she tried a couple sports, but they grew up on the road with Aaron Martin's kids and Randy Howe's kids and Angie Faircloth or Todd Faircloth's kids. We all camped together. So there was this group of
like their crew was here
12 to 15 kids at all times, and Steve Kennedy's. There was this group, and then later on it was Jennifer. There was always more filtering, and so, but that original group, we were all together at every campground. We'd make all of our reservations together. We'd get there, and there'd be 12 kids their age.
It's like
so they had their group. It got harder to travel as things went further along because Michaela started getting really into martial arts.
Gotcha.
And so the last couple of years, I had to kind of take a little bit of a step back from traveling with Brent because she had to be there 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah. And it's intense, especially as you're trying to rank up. Like, you have to learn so much.
Yeah. Sports is hard.
Yeah.
They have them, and the home schools have sports groups that you can join, but if you're traveling,
it makes it difficult.
It can be difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to choose your hard.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. Like, I don't think... I told Matt, I mean, we're not planning on having kids, because that's just like, I don't think it was ever in my cards. But I told him if somehow that happened, like, I think I would have to pack up and do homeschooling because I don't think I could. I don't know if I could just stay. Yeah.
Every family is so different. And for us, Brent just said, we're either going to grow together or we're going to grow apart.
Yeah.
And for us, it was a conscious decision with a lot of sacrifices to make that happen. Yeah. Some families, I'm not ripping any families that stayed home because I get it. I mean, it's...
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I loved growing up, like, in public school. I loved all of the things that I was, like, able to do through it. Like, it was awesome.
I think every family has to choose what's right for their family and not worry so much about what other people are going to think or say.
Yeah.
Do what's best for your family and what's best for your kids and be okay with it.
Yeah. And they're still going to grow up regardless. Yeah. So. No, I love that. So obviously lots of new moms in the industry right now. We have gained, 5 new babies, I think, at this point.
I know.
I mean, that's like a lot of new babies. So advice for traveling with new babies or starting to travel with new babies. Yeah. Advice number 1, definitely spend $70,000. No, I'm kidding.
I know. No, for traveling with babies?
Yeah, or like starting to travel. Like, what is something that you think, that you did or thought that like helps?
Find people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Find people, especially if there's other people that have babies out there. Find a community on the road with you because your friends at home won't understand. Yeah. They'll love you, don't get me wrong, but they don't understand the life that we're leading all the time. Yeah. And they don't understand the travel part, and they don't understand the exhaustion, and they don't understand necessarily being on display. Mm-hmm. Because everybody can see when your boyfriend or husband does well, and they can see when he doesn't do well. And there's so many highs and lows. And also when you have little kids on the road, it's good to have a community because if somebody gets sick, you need help. Yeah. Because your guy can't take off. Yes. He has to be on the water. So if you have to go to the emergency room, you need somebody that has your back. Yeah. If you have a sick kid and you need somebody to go to the grocery store, it's awesome to be able to have somebody you can say, hey,
just text them.
You're going to the store. Can you pick me up? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's good. Or when you're going to the store, I'm sure you do that with your roommates now. It's you text, hey, I'm going into the store. What do you need? And it's just good to have a community surrounding you that want you to be successful and want to help you and want your kids to have a great life on the road too. So I would say find other people, which can be hard because
I feel like a lot of us don't ask for help.
No, it's just like high school. There's cliques, there's groups, there's insecurities, there's personality differences. Yeah. So it's just, and we don't ask for help because of insecurities or whatever.
Yeah. Or just, I mean, I think realistically, we're kind of all strong-willed women.
Yeah.
I haven't met one that really isn't.
Yeah.
So I feel like I struggle with it. I know I've talked to like Katie, Dylan Hayes' girlfriend, about that before, just because she's also strong-willed. So she's like, I never want to reach out or bother. I never want to be a bother.
But it's not a bother.
No, it's our community. This is our family.
I know, and that's the thing is, I think if we can just lean on each other a little bit more, especially when you have little kids, lean on those other people because they want to help.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I just don't know how sometimes. Yeah. I know. I always say that. Like, even...
So right after this airs, everyone with a baby's going to be calling me, hey, girl.
I know.
Can you go to the store?
So her number is... I'm kidding. So best piece of advice in general, just for like being a part of this life. Like,
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Soak it in. Don't just work. Don't just get up and, I have to get up and I have to do this and this. You're traveling the country. Go see some stuff and enjoy it. I mean,
struggle with that.
I do too.
I did a cone of work.
Yes, yeah. I still do because I'd rather kind of stay in and get my stuff done.
Yes.
When really I should go do something.
Yes.
So like going to the luncheons.
Yeah.
Like, well,
do I need to? I know. Yeah. Like, do it.
Yes.
Do it.
So go enjoy it. You're not going to have the time back.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. All right, last question, and then we'll take a break. If we had a wax fishing tournament, wives and girlfriends fishing tournament, which wife or girlfriend do you think would win?
Iris.
Yeah.
Iris Robinson.
I would love to say myself, but I can't. Like, there's no way.
She's good.
Her, I heard actually a lot of you guys were very good. Yeah. So, all right, we're going to take a quick break. And when we'll come back, we'll dive into the tournament world and how they navigate all of that and have been navigating all of that. Okay, we are back. So let's dive into the tournament world through y'all's eyes. And we're going to start at the beginning here too. So we kind of know his story, but he wasn't professionally fishing. He said he was professionally fishing, but
he was fishing Central Pro-Am and Heartland Pro-Ams, which are a Midwest regional event. Yeah. And doing really well. So he did fish Redman. He did make one Redman All-American, which I don't know if that's what it's called anymore.
I think it's but yeah, it is still an All-American.
So he started off. Yeah. He started off local tournaments, the Shawnee Mission Bass Masters, like a local bass club, and then regional, and then the Bassmaster Opens, and then the Elites.
And full professional at 1994?
90, I counted as 97. That's when he made his first. Or 95 and 96 is when he fished his first year on the Elites. But 97 was his first classic.
Okay.
And then, so he fished the Elites and FLW right afterwards. So.
Okay. Yeah, because that was back when the schedules like coincided.
They worked together, right?
Yeah, that was super nice. Mm-hmm. I know. I remember Dean Rojas telling me he did 25 tournaments in 1 year, and I was like, I can't fit that on the calendar. Like we shove everything we can in because he loves tournaments, and that's nice when they do that.
Yep.
Okay, so his path here was through the Elites, or I'm sorry,
into the BPTs,
into professional fishing. He did
the
local, then Elites.
Yeah.
Then
he did fish FLW, and he made I think 5 or 6 FLW championships or Forest Wood Cups as well. But when they got to a point where they made it where you had to kind of make a choice, they finally decided to overlap them, and we went with the Elites at the time. And then in 2012, I think he was invited to fish some of the MLF Selects.
Okay.
And then he qualified for the MLF Cups. And then now BPT MLF.
In 2019, right? Yeah. Dang. It's so crazy. Like, everyone feels like there's lots of change going on now, and there definitely is, but it has been like changing for a long time.
There's been so many changes, but now I think it's so heightened because of social media and all of the drama. But I'm telling you, in the Elites, we went to the E50s in the Elites one time.
Yeah.
Because we made
down
those.
To 50.
Down to 50 on the Elites.
Well, and then they were like the 100s.
And then they were 100s. And they were 150s. And then they were the 100s. And we were the 50s. So we've been through...
Yeah, lots of changes.
We did the WCFs, which were the World Fishing Championship, where we did boat racing and fishing.
Oh, yeah. That's that cool... So, I want them to bring that back so bad. I mean... I think it would be insane.
It's part of... There has to be some change and some evolution, or it becomes stagnant and...
Well, you gotta try new things, but You know. But yeah, I agree. Social media heightened everything. And it made like internal knowledge like for public opinion, which is so wild to me. Like, I don't even know.
And misconception.
Yeah.
Public opinion and misconception. Because you only get...
And misinformation. Translated. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Super wild.
I would agree.
So did he always want to be a professional angler?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
From like little?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, he saw a fishing tournament, like a little buddy tournament at this little lake called Melbourne Lake when his parents and their family were down there camping, tent camping. And he saw this weigh-in and he was like, no, that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
And literally, ever since then, finally he stopped playing bass. I stopped everything. Yeah. He's like, you mean I can fish and compete? Because he was very competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Since he was little.
All she wrote at that point.
Yep.
What do you think he would say is his like favorite memory or like favorite moment of his career, like biggest career high? And I guess those
Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really tell.
Yeah, when he won Angler of the Year, it was kind of like just a magical year. I mean, everything. It was a great year. There were problems that year. Yeah. Also, we have random stories in there, but I mean, everything just came together.
And it all clicks. All clicks.
Yeah. It was that Angler of the Year title. Now, winning the Classic or the Red Crest has a different level of notoriety because people know it more. Yeah. But I still think Angler of the Year, whether it's on BPT or the Elites, I think that Angler of the Year title, the anglers respect more because you had to be consistent the whole year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like one tournament went well.
Yeah.
The whole year has to work well.
It's not like a jackpot.
So thing. Although in the industry as a whole, the Classic and Red Crest probably garner more weight, I think.
Or like celebrated more.
For celebrated, yeah. But I think the anglers
yeah.
respect and covet the AOY more.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't you agree?
100%. Like, I think that they're all driving toward AOY. Like, Red Crest win is just like a
awesome.
Topper. Yeah, Classic win like topper because it's just like explosive. They have that expo. And then I think it is like people everywhere in the area know about it versus AOY. I think also people don't understand like how those points and how hard it is.
And you can only get in position for it like
a few times.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I 100%
definitely
AOY is like every year everyone wants it.
Yep.
But it is. It's hard. It's a longer stretch.
Right.
So what's your favorite moment of his career?
The same.
Yeah.
The same. I mean, I just remember because the last event of that year, we were up at Lake Oneida in New York and his family had all come up and it was not an easy one. It was one of those where Kevin and Ott were right behind him in the points. And he had to beat Ott by like
certain
7
places.
points.
Yeah.
And Ott and Brent both made the top 10.
Oh crap.
It was like, and I mean, and Ott has went on to have a fantastic career, which we knew he would. I mean, he's such a gifted angler. But yeah, it was like,
that's so difficult because you're like, if they just don't make the cut, you don't have to worry about it.
I know.
Otherwise you're like, please don't catch a fish or like
all the way
catch another one or like.
It was down to the wire, but it was one of those, I don't know. I think we had pretty good peace about it that year.
It just felt different.
Yeah.
Matt always says like, if it clicks, it all clicks. Right. Like whatever decision you make, it just is the right one.
Right.
Like it just is.
And you're like, okay.
I know. Just hold on tight for the ride.
So that was my favorite too.
No, I love that. So you guys stay in Airbnbs now, but stayed in a camper. Did you guys do hotels or like what?
We did hotels until we had Mason. And I remember he was
because they didn't have Airbnb.
No, they didn't have Airbnb. Now it's a different beast. Yeah. But at the time it was hotel or camper, which we weren't even thinking about campers. But I remember Mason was 9 months old and had just started crawling. And we were staying at this not glamorous hotel down at Clewiston, Florida. We were in Clewiston. So we were in this.
Yeah, there's like nothing down there.
Literally, we were laying sheets on the ground because
his knee
turning black. Probably from smoke, and so like the carpet, your feet and his hands were turning black, and I was like, ugh. So we laid sheets on the ground, and just the plugs, and then when your kiddo picks up, it's just so we were like, okay,
we done.
We're gonna get a camper now. Airbnbs are, and I'm not saying hotels are bad. Yeah. I mean, but the guys like to stay in tournament hotels with the outside entrance and the ground level thing. So not the beautiful Holiday Inn Express.
No, I love a Holiday Inn Express.
I mean,
their cinnamon rolls.
But that's not where you stay when you have a boat usually.
Yeah, no.
For a tournament. So Airbnbs now are awesome. I mean, it's nice.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, even if like say you need to clean something, they normally come with cleaning supplies. Whereas like a hotel, you have to it's not the same.
Well, and you can cook.
Yeah.
You can have a kitchen, so you don't have to eat out every meal, which is super nice.
Yeah, super nice.
Super nice.
So, and obviously you stay with Wesley. Do you guys, kind of going with the kitchen, typically cook in, or do you guys eat out? Okay.
No, we cook in. We'll go out like one night maybe, but usually we eat in. After one of them makes the knockout round, whoever's made the round or whatever buys dinner, we go out type of thing.
Fun.
But yeah, normally we eat in.
Do you cook, or do y'all rotate? Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I like it. Or me and Kristen do.
Yeah.
Then they don't have to worry about anything, and Lord knows I don't have
Stephanie's
to worry.
with us, but she's super busy right now. But if she's with us, she cooks too. And Wesley's pretty self-sufficient. Actually, I shouldn't say that, because at Dale Hollow, Wesley grilled steaks every night.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
I mean, if they have a good grill, if they have a good grill,
he did grill steaks every night. So Wesley cooks too.
Burgers last night. Yeah. But it's always hit or miss if they like actually have a working grill. Sometimes it doesn't have that little gas thingy, or they don't have the charcoal or whatever.
It's a team effort.
Yeah. No, that's good. So favorite meal on the road?
Oh.
And I added this in permanently after Maggie Spore's interview, because she's like, I need new recipes. I was like, I do too. Let's see what we got.
We do a lot of like Chipotle chicken bowls, where we do the Chipotle grilled chicken breast and black beans, steamed rice. I
want to do that this week. It's like on my list. I heard of a burger bowl, but I was thinking chicken.
Yeah, we do that with chicken a lot, and then like and I do like Chinese type dishes a lot. We do steamed rice a lot. Yeah. And so like last night.
You bring your little rice cooker too?
Yeah,
me too.
I bring everything. It's so funny. Okay, so when we go to our Airbnbs, Wesley walks in usually with one duffel bag and his guitar. That's
his guitar?
Yeah, and that's it. Brett and I unpack the whole house.
Yeah.
I mean, we bring the fan, we bring our own bedding, we bring our own 2 bins of kitchen stuff. We bring so much stuff.
Yeah, same.
And Wesley's like, do you need some help? Yeah.
Yeah. Right. We turned it into our home.
We really do.
Like.
And Wesley carries in, I'm ready, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Easy peasy. I feel like if I wasn't here, maybe Matt would have less stuff, but he still likes his like own things. Yeah. Like, I think he would still bring his own. I mean, I know he would.
Do you bring your own pillows and blankets?
Yeah. Oh, no. We toyed with doing pillows, but not full blankets. We do like coffee maker, water like all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But we probably should. It's just more, he has so much freaking tackle.
I hear you. Yeah. I know it.
So the packing of that. But I could get one of those shrinky dink bags.
Yeah.
Vacuum it out.
That's good.
But yeah, these pillows, he's like, they're not good. I'm like, we talked about it. We could have brought our own pillows.
We do bring our pillows. All right, so I don't even know what the question was again. Was that all about cooking?
Oh, favorite meal. Yeah, but the Chipotle bowls.
So yeah, and so like last night I made I just bought at Food Lion like a Kung Pao sauce and just grilled chicken.
And did like rice bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do rice bowls a lot.
I love rice bowls. Yeah. Any superstitions, and I know that word is like a crappy word, but more like things that you do every tournament. Yeah. Like I hate the connotation, but it's the only word that I know.
I mean, we're very routine oriented. Yeah. So like when we're home, Brent does his own laundry. Yeah. On the road, I do all the laundry. Yeah. Don't yell at me. All you Becker haters, don't yell at me. But I do make his breakfast and his lunch, and I pack all of his food for the boat. And I try to lift every burden I can so that he can focus solely on fishing. Yeah. And that's what makes us a good team. Yeah. We work together in partnership on that. So I do, and he's a serious creature of habit. Yeah. So he'll have a breakfast burrito every morning. Yes. And on the boat, he'll have 2 meat and cheese roll-ups, a peanut butter and jelly, 2 protein bars. I mean, it's like
his thing. It's
same thing.
I know that I do it for the guys, and I always ask like, what do what do you want today? Basically, like I do the same. It's like a breakfast sandwich, breakfast biscuit, but then I'm like, how many sandwiches? Because they're out, until forever. Matt's like, I want 3. Yeah, that's fine. However, you can have 5. Like I don't even care.
It's part of the partnership, right? So, and as long as you're both being appreciative to each other, I think it's a good thing. So yeah, so I would say routine. Yeah. not superstitions, but routines. I pack the same thing for him in the boat every day. And he kind of takes the same food every day.
Yeah.
And
well, then it's like mindless. He's not having to like think about what am I going to eat today, or like what do I have in my lunchbox?
Right.
Yeah.
And then Brent is like, I don't know how your guys are, but Brent's super kind of OCD on stuff and over works on tackle.
Yeah.
And Wesley's more laid back.
Yeah.
But Brent will work on every single thing. He'll change line on every single thing. So I wouldn't say superstitious, but he's very type A.
Yeah.
Very
he
A.
likes this stuff. I mean, Matt does the same thing because he even like from practice to tournament, he'll change it because
Brent will too.
Yeah, he's just like, I know that I like.
It's like,
cut
if it's gonna cost
stuff.
me $100,000, I'm gonna change my mind.
Now during the tournament, Matt's whole thing is like, if it's good for the last cast, it better be good for my first cast. If that makes sense. So he won't change it necessarily during the tournament unless it's gotten like nicked.
Right.
But if it's nicked, he wouldn't even use it during the tournament, so then he'll change it. But very specific.
Yeah.
I like that though. I think it's like it is like another underrated quality that I think fishermen need is that like organization, attention to detail.
They're so organized. I think everybody at this level is super organized.
Yeah, agreed. I feel like if not I don't know how your brain would function. They got to keep so much other crap up here.
I know.
Like, if your boat was unorganized, it would be a nightmare.
I think they're organized. So, and thinking about, but other than that, no. I mean, besides we like to have a celebratory dinner when you make the cuts.
Yeah.
That's it.
You got to.
Yeah.
Got to do something to celebrate.
Yeah.
All right, tournament routine. Do you guys you drive him to the ramp, dump him in, take the boat back, take the trailer back, and then go and pick him up again?
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
I love it. Highly recommend.
Yeah, I do.
So on top of everything, as far as being wife, mother, she is also, like she said at the beginning, full-time business manager for their business. So obviously helps with all the back end. And I kind of wanted to dive in a little bit to this. How did you guys get there? Did you have someone to teach you the ropes? Did you guys kind of trial and error it? We kind of trialed and errored ourselves.
Yeah, I think that's the only way you can because everyone does it differently.
Yeah.
But I also think it's changed a lot. It's changed a lot.
The fishing business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Before social media was super prevalent, we didn't have to do a fraction of this work because we would go to a photo shoot for each sponsor once a year, and they would bring in outdoor writers and photographers to do all this work to provide them with the content that they would use.
Yeah.
Now
and throughout the year.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that would be throughout the year. So we would go to, a Triton photo shoot. They would capture everything they needed for the year of all of their pro staff, and they would use that on all of their stuff.
Because there wasn't any video other than live, right?
Right. Exactly. There wasn't live. It was just there wasn't live.
It was just on
they would take an entire tournament and turn it into a 1-hour episode that would air later.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So we didn't have to do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So now it's a whole different beast.
Oh yeah. You're your own.
You have to. Yeah. And sponsors are counting on you. They're not going to work with you if you're not doing it.
Yeah.
They're not going to
promote it otherwise.
Yeah. You need to do that for them. That's what they're paying you.
Yeah.
To be is their,
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's insane.
But I would say trial and error. Learned a lot of it trial and error, but it was simpler when we started.
Yeah, and then you kind of
it was tournament fishing. It was really tournament fishing and relationships with sponsors. Now it's very different.
Brand oriented.
It's very different. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
When Brent won Angler of the Year, he had no Instagram page, no YouTube channel, and 6,000 Facebook followers.
Yeah.
I mean,
insane. But everyone probably knew because of the publications. Yeah. I know. I was thinking about that the other day.
Different.
How much it's evolved. And then
no TikTok.
No YouTube. Because it is now you have to have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube just to be freaking relevant.
Yep.
I mean,
really do.
It's insane.
It's a lot, which is why working full time with them is super beneficial.
Yeah, I think so. Because otherwise, they have to do it or hire it out. So you might as well, you know, if you like it. And you are a communications manager, so I mean, it's right up your alley, anyways.
We still get help. I mean, we still have somebody that helps us with some of our posting too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, it's a good balance.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. It's a lot. It's a lot. But it's good. I was listening to a podcast and they were talking, it was Mercer and Brandon Polnick, and Mercer was like, all of these people are doing full-time like fishing shows on YouTube now, and saying it more like it was an option, you know? And I was thinking the whole time, and I told Matt after, I'm like, it's funny like that it's viewed as an option, because it really isn't anymore. Right. Like it is the way that you can showcase what your sponsors offer you, because on live you can, but you're still in a tournament, so you can't really explain things well. Right. So yeah, it's not. I don't think it's an option at this point. Everyone basically has one.
I agree.
So, and this isn't on here, but I'm just gonna ask, what do you do? And I'm guessing it's walk, but I don't know, to ease the burden of all of that, because there is a ton on the back end, and obviously they see it, but they don't really see it because they don't really have any interaction with that anymore. So what do you do to ease that burden? Just like be really on top of it with time management?
I try to.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I try to stay on top of it, but I feel like I'm always a day behind.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I don't know what the answer is to that.
Yeah.
Besides hustle.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta hustle. You gotta work hard, and you have to outwork them.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be successful in this industry by tournament wins and by hustle.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky, both.
Both.
So, but one year you're gonna be the king, and the next year you might not be. So you better have some relevance and something that you're presenting of value besides tournament wins.
Yeah.
You have to be
more of a full package, I guess.
Really do.
Yeah.
Anymore.
I know. That's why I was super excited to see the average Joe, or the Joe versus pros. Yeah. Average Joes. Yeah. I'm thinking kickball or dodgeball. But I was like, Matt, this is such a smart idea. I was like, this is so good. He was like, they used to do that. And I was
used to do it, but it was
a lot.
A ton of work. And quite frankly, we don't make money off of it.
Yeah.
I mean, so this year we're trying to relaunch it, but before we did it on TV.
Ah, okay.
So it's
a little different.
I have a learning curve for on YouTube for it. But we did put the old ones from TV on YouTube now.
Oh, very nice.
So you can go back and see all the other years. But yeah, it's different. And now, it's a different beast. We really love doing it because we love meeting people.
Yeah.
And fishing places we wouldn't normally fish.
Yeah.
And it's a ton of fun. But it's a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a lot of work.
But it is a very cool concept. I was like, oh, that is so smart. So props to you for that, for sure. So some things you wish you knew before you guys started this whole journey. And it can be like on the fishing side, business side, life side, relationship wise, like.
I would say I wish we would have been very diligent to stay with our YouTube channel sooner.
Yeah.
Because it's harder when you start from behind.
Yeah.
We did it a little bit, but then I put so much focus on Facebook at the time because we started making a little bit of money on Facebook, and that grew exponentially. But I wish I would have shifted a little sooner to incorporate more.
Yeah. I don't think people realize how much it would blow up. YouTube, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, now I feel like I'm always kind of a day behind on learning stuff because I have to do Facebook and Instagram, and I have to do the reels on there, and then regular posts, and I have to do a story, and then you have to do a TikTok over here, which is a little bit different, and then you want to do a short if you're not doing a video on YouTube, but your short has to be under a minute. But then am I holding my phone landscape and I'm like, oh god,
you gotta take the same video like 3 times.
Yeah, and I love it, but it is time consuming.
Yeah,
and it's hard to do, and I don't think I do it great.
But, I think you do.
But I think I enjoy doing it, and I'll just keep doing it. And could I do it better? Probably.
But I do think
But I'll keep at it.
Yeah, I think there's some value in, like, it being you guys. And I know you get some help with the content and stuff, but, like, I definitely think there's merit in that it's coming from y'all. Yeah, so it's not like, I mean, it's not
canned. Yeah. Nothing is canned.
Okay, so what is your favorite thing about tournament fishing in, like, our world? And has it changed since you first got in to now?
Gosh, has it changed?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we've covered that. It's changed.
No, I mean, has your favorite thing changed?
Oh, okay. Okay, so I would think what used to be my favorite thing was the traveling with my kids in the camper. Because we were together all the time. And it was awesome. And we would always pull into a different campground and have their friends there and be on the water usually. Campgrounds are kind of awesome. Did you say you used to work at a KOA?
I did. And
campgrounds are kind of awesome.
They're awesome.
And, you
it's like an excellent way to travel.
You back your camper in and get it all set up and you have your own little home on the road. And you open the door and the kids go wild. And it's the best.
Because they can't go far either.
It's the best. And you have a campfire every night. We had a campfire almost every night anyway. It was the best. So I would say that was my favorite thing about the tournament fishing world is the travel in the campgrounds and the meeting people, because we've been to crawfish boils in Louisiana, we've been to lobster boils in Maine, and everything in between. And upstate New York, a place that you think, well, I wouldn't like New York. New York is my favorite state to go to.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
It's the best. I love going to the Finger Lakes or upstate New York.
Yeah.
So I think
and Thousand Islands.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
Yes.
And the people are amazing.
Yeah.
So anyway, I love traveling, but I hate traveling.
Yeah. So transition, that was your favorite. Is it still is all of that still part of your favorite, minus the camper life, but the people, the travel, that's still your favorite thing about this world? I
think not so much the traveling anymore, but just being with my husband.
Yeah.
Is my favorite part still. And that's always been it. It was the kids traveling and doing that. But really just being with my husband is my favorite part of it, because if not, we would not be together very often.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be really difficult. And I love the closeness that we have, because when he comes in, if it's been a great day, he's excited to tell me. If it's been a terrible day, I'm there to help kind of comfort him.
Or it's immediate.
Yes. So I just think there's something about being together that I wouldn't change.
Yeah. I love that. And biggest misconception about this sport? You're
going to be rich. You get to travel the country and fish must be rough. You have to fish for a living. Oh, I know, that's terrible.
I hate that. It must be rough. You have to fish for a living.
I think people don't realize the amount of work. And I'm not complaining because I don't want to work in a cubicle. I get it. I mean, but the amount of work there is, I don't remember the last 60-hour work week I had. Do you?
No.
I don't remember.
I was literally thinking about that last night because I was like, it's going to be Saturday, but I have so much to do.
I don't remember the last.
I don't know what weekend.
You don't get a day off. You don't get the evenings off. You really do have to be diligent to make yourself clock out sometimes because the work never ends.
And I think anyone that anyone that runs a small business gets
you're running
that
a business.
Perspective.
And in the beginning, I don't know that we were necessarily running a business. Tournament fishing was great. Now it's a business. You better know your sales. You better know marketing. You better know how to do your tax accounting.
Yeah.
There's so many things that make this a multiple full-time job.
Yeah.
So I would say
the work
never ends, but it's the blessing and the curse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people come into it thinking sponsors are going to beat down my door.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to have all these sponsors come in. No, because there's a million people that are trying to succeed in bass fishing, and there's a million people that want your job with that company.
Yeah.
So your job is to bring value to that company because there's somebody else waiting to do it.
Yeah, and they're willing to do it for less.
And they're willing to do it for less. And and that is, there's my best piece of advice. I got my best piece of advice from James Niggemeyer. He fishes Tackle Warehouse series, does he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or does he EQs now?
He does EQs now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I remember the year Brent won Angler of the Year, and I was feeling conflicted that year about how much we were supposed to be charging to do a sports show, which we don't do a lot of sports shows anymore.
Yeah.
But at the time, I remember thinking,
fees.
Public appearance fees. And I remember thinking, I'm not going to charge this place that much money to do this. I mean, we want to give these things when we go to a church. We want to, we did not. I think I struggle with lowballing things because I'm probably not aggressive enough when it comes to asking for things because I don't want to appear greedy.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying other people are greedy.
Well,
I'm going to have to throw a little asterisk all in here because I'm not saying other people are. But James Niggemeyer came up to me and said, Bobbi, you are charging too little
Yeah.
for that sports show you're doing. And I was like, but James, it's fine. They're paying our travel expenses. We're going to do 2 seminars. And he's like, every time somebody does it for less, the next angler of the year suffers.
Yeah.
So,
and we're currently,
that becomes the standard rate.
Yes.
So if it was $5,000 for a daily appearance fee and you don't charge $5,000, the guy that follows you gets your rate.
Yeah.
He doesn't get that. And I was like, oh, dang. When you think about it that way, up and coming anglers, if they're going to a sponsor saying, oh, I'll do it for $400 and baits, or I'll do it for free stuff, you're hurting your own future.
Yeah, you are. And I mean, I see it like all the time. It makes me so mad. You see these wrapped boats and you know that they do it for a discount. And you're like,
they're hurting themselves and their own future.
Yeah, because they think that that value will increase their pay. But if they can get it for free, why would they pay you more?
I know all the boys have heard that, right?
I mean, real.
Why buy the milk when you buy the cow when you get the milk for free? Yeah. So same thing with sponsors.
Yeah. I mean, it is like,
and I think that's the biggest problem we have right now, along with negativity, because whether you're fishing one league or the other, we all love to fish.
Yeah.
We all love bass fishing.
Yeah.
It's the whole Rodney King. Let's all get along.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be.
That's what Matt's like slogan forever has been, like, just catch more bass. Because he's like, everything goes away. If you're catching bass, you're not focused on everything else.
That's
like,
right. It's all
You just got to catch more bass.
It's all good. So, misconception is don't think things are going to be handed to you. You have to still earn them.
Yeah.
You have to work hard. And you have to show your value.
Yep.
And then even then, you might still be treated like a number.
Yeah. Yeah, depending on the company, for sure.
It's the company.
Or depending on, where
the
you
relationships.
are. Yeah.
And it's work.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
But it's good.
Yeah.
Could be worse. Every time I want to complain, I remind myself and Brent, there's 1,000 guys that want your job.
Yeah.
Don't complain. There's 1,000 guys that want your job.
Yeah. Well, because even then, it being hard, like, they do get to live a passion, so that is exciting.
Yes.
Because you could be sitting behind a desk thinking about your passion.
I think that all the time. That's one of the things that I think we're so fortunate with, and I'm sure Matt's the same way. I don't know many people that knew from the young age what their dream was. And made it happen.
Yeah, regardless of everything.
Yes.
Like,
There's not many people that know what their dream is and what they want to do and what they want to be, and then pursue it. Yeah, and to, like, do it. The nth degree. Yes. I mean, put all eggs in the basket. Yeah. I know. I think it's beautiful. I really like it. Okay. So, during tournament season, do you watch live? Only when Brent has a camera.
Yeah. No, I hear it.
I got too much work to do. Brent doesn't have a camera out.
Yeah, I love live, and I
But Brent does afterwards. That's his new favorite thing. Is after the tournament now, we have a TV set up in our shop, and he'll play the archives.
Rewatch it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Matt likes, I mean, he just loves fishing. So, if, we have it on when we're at home.
Brent watches live. If he's been eliminated, he'll watch it from beginning to end.
Yeah. Especially when Matt does bad, he wants to know what they figured out that he didn't figure out. So he likes, it's like reviewing game footage, Exactly. Other sports do it, so.
We did that last night. Because Brent missed a couple of fish when I was recording something, and he's like, can you play that back? I want to see what I was doing with my hook set. Like, oh, watch the game tape.
Yeah. I love it. So can you watch in front of other people if you do watch live?
I'm a score tracker fanatic. So I do that all the time. I'll be sitting with you at lunch going, click, refresh, refresh.
Yes. I know there's another one. Like, right across that last
and then I'll be like, we'll be peacefully eating breakfast. He caught a fish.
Yeah. You gotta celebrate it. I love it.
Yeah.
I know. It's so good.
So I do score tracker way more than I should.
Yeah.
I kind of obsessively watch score tracker. And even if I tell myself, don't check it for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I can't do it. I know. Yeah. I can't do it. I play the game. We all play the game. We play the game. It's terrible.
It's kind of like, would you find out the gender of your baby? Yes.
Yeah. I
want to know.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel that to my bones, but I feel like someone said this to me. There's very few actual surprises in the world, and that's, like, one of the only ones.
I'll be surprised at the sonogram.
That's
true. All good.
But when she said that, I was like, I like that.
See,
it wouldn't stress me out.
But I think you secretly are kind of hoping it's one or the other.
One or the other, yeah. And then if you just, like, no. But yeah, they didn't find out. And I was like, I like
my sister-in-law didn't for any other three.
Oh my God. I mean, it would, like, for sure stress me out.
And I was like, 13 weeks? Okay, tell me.
I can do it before. Tell me now.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay, so one of our previous guests asked this, and I liked it. If you could meet or get to know a wife or girlfriend on the circuit right now that you really haven't met, who would it be?
Last year I would have said Tilly because 20 years of traveling and I didn't really get to know Tilly until last year, and I love her.
Yeah, she's fab.
Gosh, I love her.
She's so fabulous.
Can I say Brittany?
Me?
Is that sucking up?
A little, but we'll take it.
I do love you. I do love your energy, and I love that you're positive and you're including people.
Well, thank you.
No, I think
I'm really trying. Like, I mean, it is our family. Like, we should protect our community.
I think you do a good job because I think in all walks of life, in all places, it's easy to get catty and kind of in your own little thing and like, well, I don't.
Yeah.
And you seem like you're just super nice to everybody.
Well, thank you. I try to be.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
But it is like, this is our life, and I mean, it's like our life forever. You know, so like, why would you want to sequester? You know?
I agree.
Okay, so from your perspective, what do you think makes a successful angler? You guys know I cannot say that word.
Determination. Yeah. They have to have that grit because it's not always going to be highs. Yeah. And you have to be able to cycle those valleys, and they have to be really driven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Focus to like the end for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, last question. We're going to do a few quick hits. What are you most proud that you and Brent have accomplished together? It can be fishing or non-fishing. Really.
Oh, it's our kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no question. It's our kids. I mean, yeah, Mason and Michaela,
Beyond proud
of both of my kids. So it's them. Easy.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap up with a few quick hits. So what is your PB and where did you catch it? And I know you don't do bass a whole ton.
I know. Can it be saltwater? I wouldn't even know how big it was. I mean, we've caught a lot of shark and big
fish.
grouper.
You can do that too.
Yeah, I like shark. I like grouper. I like amberjack. I don't know. I'm more of a saltwater.
Yeah, well, you can eat them.
Yeah.
Like, we don't eat, I mean, bass is money fish. So, like, maybe some people somewhere eat them, but we don't eat them.
We just did a video on eating bass.
Did you? Oh, wait. I actually did see that because it said, like, there was, like, a disclaimer.
Yes. But it was in our pond. It's pond management, though, because we have a ton of dinks, and you got to get those out. So
I think I did see that.
I'm like, don't hate us. And I got more comments of like, why would you apologize? It's normal. And, like, people were mad that we were saying, hey, don't hate us because we're filleting bass. You just can't win. Sometimes. No, you can't. You just can't win.
But it really is like it's a money
for pond
fish.
Management, for pond management only.
Like because I did say that to Matt one time, and he was like, "Well, you actually need to take like a number out to keep the system healthy." Yeah. Which I had no idea. That was before your video. We were at Watts Bar or something, and someone had commented how much they love eating, and I was like, "Well, that's why Watts Bar doesn't have any big ones." And he was like, "Well, no, you actually need to eat the little ones."
It depends. We eat like in a lot of lakes, they want you to keep anything under a pound or under 2 pounds because then the bigger fish have more forage, can grow. Yeah. We don't do that typically, but in our pond we have a ton of
little.
And so
they were all born.
We're working on that.
So go to show, movie, or book. I'll add in book too.
I love Princess Bride, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm a Marvel girl, so I like all the Marvel movies.
Okay. That's surprising.
I love all the Marvel movies.
I love it. Did you like Guardians of the Galaxy?
I love Guardians of the Galaxy.
100%. Like, it was the best series.
Yes, it really was. I like Deadpool.
Yeah, I love Deadpool. Yeah, I did too.
But yeah, so no, I like that. That's kind of the genre that we watch a lot of. Yeah.
Nice. No, I love it. Can you back a boat?
Girl. Yes. I can back a 42-foot camper into the tiniest little spot on a campground. Yeah, but we've been doing it a long time. Yeah. And
did you teach yourself? Did he teach you? Okay.
No. How did you learn?
I taught myself. He literally threw me to the fire.
But that's the way to do it. So Brent tried to teach me when we were dating, and that just always ends in fights. Yeah, no. It's not good. It doesn't work. So I remember one day we were at Lucky Grand Lake in Oklahoma, and Brent, we pulled up to a boat ramp. It was pouring down rain. Nobody was there. Middle of the week. And he launched himself, and I sat at that ramp. He's like, just stay here all day. I stay there all day. Jackknife, straighten up, jackknife, straighten up. And I just stay there all day practicing backing a boat.
Yeah. I mean, you have to, because you have to figure out your own way. Yeah, and when you have to figure out your own way to, like, put it in your brain.
Yeah.
Now
but there's so much pressure if you're doing it at a tournament and everybody's waiting on the ramp. Don't do that. Go when it's not a tournament.
Not a tournament.
Yeah.
And then go like your first time out when there's a few people at the ramp, and then a few more, and then a few more, and then eventually you're like, oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Like I can back it into a,
Brent will get out of the boat and say, you back it up.
Yeah.
Like, Bobby's gonna back.
Yeah, Bobby's got it. I know. That's what Matt's like. I think my official's like favorite thing is that he doesn't have to touch the truck and trailer.
Exactly.
Which we like too, because I mean, our officials are amazing, but if you go to smaller tournaments and you have like a co-angler, and normally the co-angler's responsibility, it is. So if we can relieve that, and like it's our money maker, so like you can't mess it up. You
don't want to hit the trailer on anything.
Yeah, or if you do, like we want us to have done it versus someone else.
Right.
So, okay, if you guys played Uno together with a group and you had a draw 4 card, would you play it on Brent or wait until you got a reserve? A reverse.
Whoever I needed to take out, that's who's getting it.
That's who's getting it. The win. She's doing it for the win.
Whoever has the least amount of cards at the fairway.
So
just gave one to me.
Yeah, or yes, or revenge. So taking this from another podcast, but I love it. What is a question you have for our next guest without knowing who that is?
Oh gosh. Okay.
I can tell you the next guest is someone who has been at it for a little while, but not traveled full time the whole time.
I would say, I should have thought about this. Let me think about this for a minute.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Give me 1 minute. Edit.
I know, it's hard.
Let me think about this. Let me think.
The claps work because it gives me like a spike, so I always know what it is.
I guess I would think, whoever it is, have you done the things you wanted to do while traveling or staying home?
Oh, yeah.
Did it play out the way you hoped, or what would you have done differently? Yeah.
I like that question.
Because sometimes it's hard to think, did you do the things you wanted to do? Like I said, I work too much sometimes. Mm-hmm. Should I have went to the beach?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Did I reach out to that person that I thought might have been lonely, but I didn't?
Yeah.
This is a side note. Sorry. You don't have to ask that person. That's a hard one. Did you reach out to that person?
Did you reach out to No. But I mean, it is like I replay my days over and over and over in my head, and I'm like, did I do everything that day that I like should have or felt like I should have?
Yeah.
And if I don't, like I think about it for a very long time. So I like that question.
Is that a good?
I like it.
That's a hard question.
Well, but I think it's like a good thought question because it's kind of like what I was trying to get at with like the life that you dreamed about as a kid. Like, are you living it? Was it different? Like, did it completely 180? I'm gonna sum it up just for myself. Did you do the things, whether you were staying at home or here, that you wanted to in your life? Is that what you...
This is like philosophical.
I know. I love it though. I like it. I'll work it in.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, you might have to retweak that a little bit.
Okay.
Because
I'll finesse.
I don't want to put somebody on the spot with some deep thinking and be like, no, I didn't.
No, I know.
Oh gosh, I didn't. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be like a bad answer.
Yeah.
So.
No, I'll rework it a little, but I like it. I like where you're going with it.
Yeah. Did you do what you wanted to do?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you accomplish the things that you wanted to accomplish?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if so, like, or if not, are you planning to? Do
you wish you had done it a little bit differently?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I love philosophical questions. So
hi, girl.
that is our. Wait, did you want me to re-ask?
No.
Okay. I'll do a little editing in there. But so that is our show this week. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys for being here. If people want to follow y'all in y'all's life, where can they find you guys?
Brent Chapman Fishing.
Everywhere.
On Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. YouTube, I just changed it to Brent Chapman Outdoors, but you can still search Brent Chapman because I want to mix in some hunting and other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So
some other
I'm mixing it up a bit, but
love it.
Brent Chapman Fishing.
Yeah, love it. You guys know I love all the women behind Professional Bass Fishing. I love this sport in general, but I'm so happy that I get to introduce you guys to them and share their stories. If you have any questions you think I should ask or guests you want to see on, please comment them below. Give Bobbi some love, obviously. I plan to release one episode a week throughout the rest of this year, normally on Thursdays, but if it doesn't happen, it's probably Friday. So follow the Instagram channel. It is at Random Kitchens Podcast on Instagram, and I'll post updates of what is getting posted that week. So until next time, we'll see you.
Thank you.
Bye.